The election car wreck has begun. I'm Doug in Exile. We're going to go over DeSantis, Trump, Nikki Haley, Carrie Lake. Some of you only want to hear positive statements about certain candidates. I'm sorry, I'm going to cover the entire race. So here we go. Here's the Daily Mail, fake news. Failed MAGA candidate Carrie Lake says she pities the fool who launches against Trump in 2024 just after ex-president brands Ron DeSantis disloyal for alleging mulling a White House bid. This is only fake news because Carrie Lake did not specifically mention DeSantis. They put that together. Trump actually said something against DeSantis and Nikki Haley. So here's Carrie Lake's actual tweet. I pity the fool who runs against President Trump. He's exactly what America needs right now, which I think she's still running for vice president. Here's as Trump kicked off his 2024 bid, with stops in New Hampshire and South Carolina on Saturday, he once again took credit for helping DeSantis narrowly win the Tallahassee executive mansion in 2018 and fired yet another warning shot at his presumptive ambitions, which I think this is really petty. Knock it off, Trump. Don't be a child. Ron would have not been governor if it wasn't for me, Trump told reporters about his plan on Saturday. So then when I hear he might run, I consider that very disloyal. Fair. He's allowed to say it. It literally is disloyal. I mean, you're either loyal or you're not loyal. And I think DeSantis needs to be loyal to his own campaign. Not that he's announced, but I want you guys to know this is normal politics. This is Trump is going to use the best tools he has against DeSantis, and Trump is a cage fighter. It's going to get dirty. If he runs, that's fine. I'm way up in polls, Trump said. He's going to have to do what he wants to do, but he may run. I do think it would be a great act of disloyalty because, I got him in. He had no chance. His political life was over. Trump initially endorsed DeSantis in 2018. And Saturday, he said he hadn't spoken to DeSantis in a long time. Here's Florida. Ron DeSantis on Tuesday brushed off former President Trump's last attacks with a simple message: check the scoreboard. And DeSantis went on to talk about his last win in Florida being the biggest win. Trump told reporters on Saturday night that Nikki Haley recently called him to let him know that she was considering launching a 2024 presidential bid. I talked to her for a little while. I said, look, go by your heart if you want to run, Trump said. By the way, I think that's a really bad advice. She's publicly said that I would never run against my president. He was a great president. Trump said he told Haley that she should do it. That just says he's not threatened by Haley. So yeah, you can run. DeSantis, you can't. That's disloyal. Nikki Haley, let's face it, is running for vice president. And I think actually Carrie Lake doesn't offer much to Trump because she's already so Trumpy. Trump needs to spread his desirability, and Nikki Haley definitely digs way farther into women and way farther into average Republicans instead of just MAGA. Here's Trump's tweet. The fake news media was good yesterday in their coverage of my stops in New Hampshire, South Carolina, other than that the globalist Street Journal, which is rarely accurate or good, said the day was amazing. The enthusiasm to make America great again has never been stronger. The revelations about Ron DeSanctimonious doing far worse than many other Republican governors, including that he unapologetically shut down Florida and its beaches, was interesting. Indeed, DJT leading big. So now he's digging into COVID policy and going after Ron DeSantis. And you're going to hear a lot of this in the coming election year. Who did what where? There are Republican governors that did not close their states, Trump told reporters. Florida was closed for a long period of time. They're trying to rewrite history, he added. So here's the problem is that Trump's the one that suggested Ron DeSantis close Florida. So in the middle of all this, Trump also went out on stage with Lindsey Graham, which drove the far right crazy because he called Lindsey Graham a friend.
And a friend of mine for a long time. We don't always agree, but that's okay too. But he's a great guy, a great politician actually, and a terrific person who loves your state. Senator Lindsey Graham. Thank you, Lindsey. Thank you.
Trump also criticized DeSantis for shifting his posture on vaccines, saying the Florida governor has changed his tune a lot. Don't forget, Trump is the one who, under his leadership, created the vaccine. I'm only saying that COVID is going to be used as an election issue on the right. Here's Trump bashed Governor Kemp again for opening the states. So when Kemp opened the state, if Trump was so for open states, why was he bashing Kemp? And here he is. Trump says he told Kemp, I totally disagree with his move to reopen Georgia. So here Trump is pro-lockdown. Here's Trump approved of Georgia Governor Kemp's plan to reopen early before the president bashed it. So he's just using this for politics. This is a campaign issue for him. And then here's the Hill. DeSantis hasn't said much about his 2024 plans, though his advisors are said to be actively preparing for a presidential campaign. If he decides to run, an announcement wouldn't likely come until later this year. So now you're up to date on who's fighting who and who's in with what. Get used to it. Because if Trump can dish it out, he's going to have to take it too. And there's a lot of weaknesses in him where other candidates are going to be able to take shots at him. I don't think they're going to go as easy on him as they did last time. This is going to be a brawl. This is important for the primaries too. They have to fight it out. You got to earn that spot. There is no coronation. This is not like coronating Hillary Clinton as the candidate. They're going to fight it out. May the best man win. I'm Doug in Exile.